On 5th July 2021, Peter Ndwiga, a private security expert, walked into Dedamax Hotel. Beside him was his side chick, Carol. Cash was paid, and room 107 was issued. In Peter's mind, only one thing existed: pleasure. Stress was gone, his mind completely taken over by good vibes and drinks. What he didn't know was that 5 hours earlier, the woman beside him had fled a crime scene, a scene where her boyfriend, police officer John Ogweno, lay dead. The drinks Carol had earlier paid for had already softened Peter's senses. His guard was down, way down. But in Carol's mind, this hotel room was not for pleasure. It was a full stop, because hours later, she would pull a trigger and leave Peter Ndwiga lying lifeless, another man silenced forever. Here is the untold story of the rise and fall of Caroline Kangogo. As a girl, she had a dream to follow in the footsteps of her father, a police officer, and serve her country. She was born in Egeyo, Marakwet County, and grew up disciplined, focused, and determined. She went through school, later joining the Kenya Police College in Kiganjo, where she trained between 2008 and 2009. While there, she excelled, even attaining a first-class qualification in shooting. She rose through the ranks and was eventually promoted to corporal. On the outside, she was everything a police officer should be: trained, capable, and respected. But life outside the uniform told a different story. She was married to Richard Njeno, with whom she had 2 children. But the marriage faced serious challenges. Allegations of infidelity, emotional strain, and public conflict broke the relationship. Despite her professional success, her personal life was unraveling. Around this time, she became closely involved with a fellow officer, John Ogweno. They worked in the same unit and interacted daily. Their relationship grew beyond work, becoming personal and complicated. On the morning of July 5th at around 7 a.m., a fellow officer at the police lines in Nakuru noticed something unusual. John Ogweno's car was parked with the engine still running and the windows shattered. When he looked inside, he saw John slumped in the driver's seat, blood coming from his nose. Officers responded and confirmed he had been shot dead at close range. His Seska pistol was missing. Near the scene, investigators found Caroline's phone, immediately linking her to the incident. The case was taken over by detectives, and she became the prime suspect. According to messages later found on her phone, she wrote about John, expressing emotion and asking for forgiveness, suggesting their relationship had been deeply personal. But by then, the damage was already done. A manhunt was launched, and she was declared armed and dangerous. As the search intensified, another shocking development occurred. A report came in from Dedamax Hotel in Juja that a man had been found dead in a room. That man was Peter Ndwiga. He had checked in earlier that day with a woman. Investigations revealed that before going to the hotel, the two had stopped at a nearby lodge, where Caroline paid for food and drinks using her card. Hours later, inside that hotel room, Peter was shot at close range. Witnesses said she walked out calmly, even telling staff she was stepping out briefly, but she never returned. In another message found on her phone, she spoke about Peter with no remorse. She claimed he had conned her of a large amount of money meant for a car purchase and said she had served him right. These messages painted a picture of someone acting out of anger, betrayal, and emotional distress. As the country watched, authorities warned the public that she was dangerous, targeting men and luring them into private spaces. The manhunt stretched on for days, with elite detectives deployed to track her movements. During this time, she continued moving from place to place, withdrawing money and avoiding capture. In her final messages, she revealed something even more chilling. She had planned to kill her husband. At one point, she even traveled toward Mombasa, where he was based, intending to carry out the attack. But along the way, she changed her mind, saying she did not want her children to become orphans. That decision stopped what could have been another tragedy. Then, after days on the run, everything came to an end. Caroline was found at her family home in Elgeyo Marakwet County. She was discovered by her mother during routine cleaning. Reports indicate that she had entered the compound late at night without being noticed. A pistol, believed to be the same one taken earlier, was recovered at the scene. Her father, a retired police officer, stated that based on his observations, there were no indications of external involvement, and he believed she may have ended her own life. Nevertheless, some members of the public continued to question the conclusion and express doubts about the official findings.